When it comes to All-Star selections, fans and coaches have made some decisions that, looking back a few seasons, stand out as obvious mistakes. Today, we're counting down the top 5 most undeserving NBA All-Star appearances. You know, the guys that when you hear they were at some point on the court alongside the greatest of all time, you ask yourself, why? How? Now, we're not taking anything away from these players. They were professional basketball players, and that alone deserves recognition. But we believe that in some cases, they got way too much recognition. Number 5. Brad Miller in 2003. By the time the 2003 season ended, Brad Miller had averaged 13.1 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. These are decent numbers, but the All-Star game is not about being decent, it's about getting the best players in the world on the court, and honestly, this one felt like filler. Number 4. Steve Francis in 2004. At the time, Francis was a flashy player known for his incredible highlights, but his numbers of 16.6 points, 6.2 assists, and 5.5 rebounds while shooting an abysmal 40% don't exactly seem good enough to be an All-Star starter, especially with a guy like Peja Stojakovic sitting on the bench who was averaging 24 points and shooting a way better percentage that season. This was the beginning of the end for Stevie franchise, as he would never be an All-Star again. Number 3. BJ Armstrong in 1994. If we were to show you the numbers of this former Bulls point guard, you'd probably think he's an average player, or maybe a solid 6th man. But this year, he was more than that. He was a starter for the Eastern Conference All-Star roster. By the All-Star break, he was averaging 15.8 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. How in the world did those numbers put him as a starter? A popular theory is that the Jordan-less Bulls fans were in search of their next star to go alongside Pippen, but as we know, this turned out to be a failure. Armstrong was never named an All-Star again. Number 2. James Donaldson in 1988. We all laughed in embarrassment when Zaza Pachulia was just a few votes away from starting in the 2016 All-Star game, but at least he was averaging a double-double at the time the fans were voting, something James Donaldson wasn't even doing. He was on a whole different level of mediocrity. He finished his All-Star season averaging 7 points, 9.3 rebounds, and less than 1 assist per game. The fact that he made the lineup is astonishing. Number 1. Kobe Bryant in 2016. Come on guys, you know we had to. As painful as it is to say, Kobe Bryant did not deserve to be an All-Star in 2016. Sure, he is one of the greatest players of all time, no one can question that. But in 2016, he was at best a shell of himself. He finished his last season with per-game averages of 17.6 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 2.8 assists, shooting an atrocious 35% from the field. He was attempting 17 shots per game and making only an average of 6, and we're not even going to try to talk about his defense. He was as ineffective as they come, and although this was his farewell season, he needed to be on this list. So there you go, the most undeserving NBA All-Stars, at least according to us. What do you think of the list? Did we leave someone out? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe for more NBA videos like this one, and follow us on social media to get updates as soon as we post a new video.